In this episode of Dandadan, the episode begins at the ISC house where Ira is eating alongside Momo, Okuran, Psycho, and Turbo Granny. Momo tells Ira to apologize to Okuran for making fun of him. However, Ira responds by stating that she does not harbor a grudge against Momo for her action. Instead, she preserves Momo as a demon and her enemy who she must defeat. This, of course, leads into a funny argument between Momo and Ira. Before Ira leaves, she asks Okuran why he chose to save her despite being a demon, in which he replies that it is natural for a person to help others, which surprises Ira as she assumes that he still has some humanity. Later on, Okuran has one of his balls returned to him in a game of baseball between Turbo Granny and Psycho. The next day at school, Momo suggests Okuran to meet on the rooftop to discuss the whereabouts of his other ball. However, Okuran informs her that he prefers to utilize that time as well as after to complete a report. Later on, Momo begins to feel uneasy and decides to check in on Okuran, but in doing so, she discovers Okuran on top of Ira. In a short flashback, we see that Okuran was training privately as Psycho instructed him to better prepare himself for his and Momo's next encounter with another paranormal enemy. During his training, Ira visits him and tries confessing her feelings for him by giving him a kiss. Okuran backs away in shock and asks Ira why she thought it would be appropriate to do this, to which she responds that she is currently being guided by books that belonged to her father. As Ira tries to kiss Okuran again, Okuran tries to block her and then accidentally falls on top of her. Okuran is then shocked to see Momo observing the two in a misunderstood situation. After Momo expresses her disappointment and storms off back to class, Okuran pursues her to clarify what happened, only for Momo to refuse to listen to him, after he lied about wanting to finish a report. During class in a lesson about mantis shrimp, Momo struggles to overcome the earlier incident. At the same time, in a different class, Okuran hopes to patch things up with Momo later. Okuran then notices the floor of the class being flooded with water, and his classroom mysteriously empty. Okuran then hears Ira's scream and meets up with her. Okuran informs her that he has been in this environment before. Meanwhile, Momo realizes that she cannot open the windows to escape. She then hears a noise approaching and looks to see a dinosaur-like creature in the distance. Momo hides from the creature but accidentally creates a ripple in the water, prompting the creature to unleash a blast from its mouth that destroys the classroom she is in. The good news is that Momo evades the attack. Back to Okuran and Ira, Okuran remembers a similar encounter before during the fight against the Flatwoods monster. Okuran explains to Ira that their sole means of escape is to defeat the alien who has appeared at the school. Okuran and Ira are then confronted by a crab-headed alien that launches an assault on them. Luckily, Okuran transforms into his Turbo Granny form and quickly pulls Ira out of harm's way. Before Okuran can fight the alien, he is overpowered by psychokinesis and reverts to his normal form. That is when we see the Serpos again. Ira tries to stop them, but one of the Serpos attacks Ira by deflecting her away. The Serpos inform Okuran that they have come for his reproductive organs to acquire his supernatural power he has last demonstrated to them. As the Serpos bring out a pair of giant scissors to get ready and cut his banana organ, Ira, in her new form, resembling acrobatic Silky, comes in and rescues Okuran by manipulating her hair to strike back at the Serpos. Ira then expresses how she is indeed the chosen one and demands for the Serpos to release Okuran.